Well, hello, friends. Thank you for tuning in for a couple minutes as we stay connected to what God is doing in and through the life of St. Paul's United Methodist Church. Happy weekend to you. Most everyone that I have been able to hear from, check on, or receive word through others that you all have made it safely through the weather this week, and we continue to be thankful for that, but we also need to always be mindful of our neighbors to our northwest who have not fared so well with this most recent storm. So as we continue to think about them and pray for them, let us just know that we have yet several more weeks of hurricane and tropical weather season ahead, so let's continue to stay diligent and to stay prepared for what might be coming our way. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on and some things I want to make sure that we are all 150% aware of. We find ourselves in a new worship series. I know I keep saying this, but I want to make sure that if by chance you have not plugged in yet to what is going on in the life of worship on Sunday mornings, that you would do so. And most importantly, I believe that if there are folks on your heart or folks that possibly the Lord wants to put on your heart that you would consider inviting to be a part of our worship on Sunday mornings and get them connected. If they're curious, if they're skeptical, if they perhaps just need a little nudge to be with us, this is a great worship series for them to do so. We are refocusing on those primary things that help our faith be real. Not just something we believe, but something that we are and something that we can live into. And so we'll continue on that journey over the next several weeks as we can't hit all of those things, but hit some of those things that are the most important, that keep us grounded in our faith, that help us engage those secondary conversations, those conversations that are meaningful and that need to happen, but can't happen unless our feet are planted upon the rock and we have a strong foundation in our core identity, which comes to us from God. So I hope you'll come. I hope you'll be a part of things. And that's a great opportunity, like I said, to invite others. A couple things to make sure you're 100% aware of. We mentioned this last week, and I'm sorry we didn't have more time to talk about it over the last several weeks, but I'm asking you personally, whether you serve here and there or serve every week in the capacity that we call ushering, being an usher. If you get called on and tapped on the shoulder maybe once in a blue moon, or if this is a simple way to serve that you would be willing to be a part of by being an usher, I need you to come to either one of the next two usher training meetings, okay? So we're having two, but you only need to come to one. Just pick one. The first one will be this Sunday at 9 a.m. in the fellowship hall. The second one will be the following Sunday, September 10th at 9 a.m. in the fellowship hall. So pick one of those if it fits in your calendar. I hope that you can be there, just so we can make sure that everyone that serves in those capacities knows exactly what's expected of them. They understand the logistics and the movements of that, and we refresh our understanding on those responsibilities. Our ushers play a huge role in not only our safety, but helping folks have access to really important things, not just worship, but access to our building, access to Holy Communion, making sure that our offerings and making sure that the money that you entrust to this church gets to the right places. There's lots of things behind the scenes, not to mention our ushers are an extension of our hospitality and our policies and procedures to know how to react in the event there is a medical emergency or an extreme weather emergency. So important work. I want you to come. I want you to be a part of that. So please look forward to seeing you either this Sunday at 9 a.m. Fellowship Hall or the following Sunday at 9 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. And this is equally, if not more so important. If you, and please hear me very clearly on this, I'll talk more about it Sunday morning, but if you are a stakeholder in the future of our children, and to some degree that should be all of us, okay? But if you are a stakeholder, meaning you care deeply and want to be a part of the spiritual formation of our children, Not just the children you see here every Sunday morning, not just the children that you know their names, but the children that have yet to make it to us, that we pray we will come to have a relationship with in the coming months and years ahead. If you are a stakeholder and care about their spiritual formation, I need you to put the following meeting on your books, okay? Tuesday, let me make sure I get this right. Let me look at my notes. Tuesday, September the 12th at 6 p.m. That is a Tuesday evening, school night. I know that that's a little odd for us to ask you to come to a meeting like that, but it is incredibly important. Incredibly. We need you here. We're going to be making some adjustments and some changes that are all good and all positive and all encouraging around our Sunday morning experience with our children. We call that children's church around here, but we're going to be making some adjustments and some tweaks to that reality. And we need you, if you are a stakeholder, to be a part of those conversations and to help us make sure that those things happen. A lot of folks have been working behind the scenes to put forth a really beautiful, expansive, and holistic plan for our children on Sunday mornings. We're really, really, really excited, but we need you to come. We need you to come so bad that we are going to be able to offer you two things that are pretty important. The first is we're going to feed you, okay? 6 p.m. school night, we can feed you. We want you to come. Please don't let dinner be an excuse. We will feed you. Secondly, if you have a little one, birth to 4 years old, we're going to have nursery for you, okay? So don't let that be a hindrance. Please, please, please. If you have older than 4 years old, now's the time to try to line up a sitter. If we need to help you do that, if we want to combine forces and a couple families, join forces and pay for one sitter, and we have multiple kids at one space, we want to work to help make that happen, okay? It's incredibly important. Please, if you're a stakeholder, that's parents, that's grandparents, that's aunts, that's uncles, that's just a church member who cares deeply about our children. We need you there. That's Tuesday, the 12th, 6 p.m. Please, please, please go ahead and put that on your calendar. I'm excited about that, excited about the work that's been going on behind the scenes to make that happen and for the future of the spiritual formation of our children. All right? Grace and peace to you all. Can't wait to be with you Sunday morning. Like I mentioned earlier, 10:30 a.m. here at St. Paul's in person. If you can't make it in person, which I wish you would, if you can't make it in person, of course, we'll be streaming online on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. All right? Grace and peace to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.